Hi, everybody. I'm Brittany Lewis, a breaking news reporter here at Forbes. Joining me now is my Forbes colleague, staff writer Zach Everson. Zach, thanks so much for joining me.
My pleasure as always, Brittany.
You have new reporting on Trump businesses and the money that they're hauling in, and your headline states that they have hauled in $317,000 from the RNC in March. How exactly did they do this? What businesses made the most? Give us the details.
So while you're correct, and it is new reporting, it's also kind of old reporting because this has been going on for years. So what happened was, there's been so much attention paid recently to Trump's crypto venture with the decentralized finance platform World Liberty and its interactions with Abu Dhabi in Pakistan. There's the meme coin that you're basically buying nothing and giving Trump a cut of the money. And there's also Trump Media, which is, has True Social, sells ads, is a public market. Those are all really new ways that you can get money to Trump this term that weren't available last term. So I decided to go back and look at, okay, how are the old ones working? How are those old revenue streams working? And I just took a quick look at the payments the RNC made in March, because the RNC had been one of Trump's best customers during his first term. And sure enough, they're continuing. We're not seeing the money that we're seeing from the digital ventures, but $317,000 worth of business in a month is pretty solid.
Yeah, it seems like the old revenue streams are working just fine. So where exactly is the RNC spending this money, and how much? I mean, what does that price tag look like? Aside from the 317, so break it down.
Right. So 195 of it went to Mar-a-Lago in the course of a few expenditures. And Mar-a-Lago looks like it has overtaken Trump's old DC hotel as the hub of the MAGA-verse. We used to see those expenditures showing up here at DC. He sold the hotel shortly after leaving office. And, interestingly, one of the things they had argued about the hotel was that, people aren't going because it's the president's. They're going because it's a wonderful hotel. It's convenient. The interesting thing is now they're going to Florida. Florida is not nearly as convenient as Washington, D.C. is, but it's still raking in money. So, kind of looking back at that argument, which didn't really hold water in the first place, it still doesn't. Doral, his Miami golf course, took in $85,000 from the RNC. And then Winning Team Publishing, which is a book publishing company co-founded by Donald Trump Jr., brought in $35,000.
I know that Mar-a-Lago, geographically speaking, is in a tougher spot than the Trump DC hotel was. DC, just down the street from the White House. Mar-a-Lago, you have to hop on a plane and go down to Florida. Was Mar-a-Lago seeing this volume of political spending when President Trump wasn't in the White House, either when Biden was those 4 years or pre-2015 when President Trump didn't officially yet announce that he was running for president?
Interestingly, Mar-a-Lago somehow, despite staying in the same geographic location, became a lot more convenient for politicians after Trump became the presumptive nominee of the Republican Party. Since 2016, it's brought in $5.4 million, according to filings with the Federal Election Commission. Before that, $55,000. So in all the years before Trump got involved in politics, it made about a sixth of what it made just last month, just from the RNC.
So then, there has to be the question of, I wonder why that's happening. And always, you and I talk about ethical concerns when it comes to spending money on Trump's businesses and the people who are doing it. And you talked to someone from a watchdog group. What did they say? What concerns do they have?
They're pointing out, while it's not on the same dollar level as what you're seeing from his new ventures, every dollar counts with Donald Trump, is what Jordan Leibowitz, a crew, told me. And that, when it comes to Trump, it's not just about the dollar figure, but it's also about kissing the ring. And we're seeing a lot of people, a lot of committees, the RNC notably, going down to Mar-a-Lago and making that pilgrimage and giving him some money.
And I know you touched on that his new revenue streams are seeing a lot of money being spent, whether it be in the crypto space, whether it be in the media space. But these old revenue streams, he's profiting from politics in term one. Term two, is it at a similar level that we saw term one?
We really haven't seen enough data yet to be able to make that comparison. We've only got a few months, and the DC hotel is no longer. And that was the big money maker there. So it'll be interesting to see as we go through the course of a year or even a whole campaign cycle, because you are seeing a regular stampede of Republican politicians going down to Mar-a-Lago to hold campaign fundraisers. So as the midterms heat up, I think we'll get a better read of that.
And what do you think this says really about the RNC's relationship with President Trump?
I mean, it's his party. He's been in charge of the party since 2016. He's made it in his own image. His daughter-in-law at one point was the co-chairman of the RNC. He, got rid of the coach that he didn't like previously, Ronna McDaniel. So, it's his party.
Well, Zach, per usual, I love our conversations. Thanks for joining me, and until next time.
Thanks for having me.